We've got a group called Visionary and Women. Women who empower, uplift, support, educate, collaborate, and thrive together in business, career, and life. So if you're part of this group, that's our motto, and that's how we move as well. A bit of a background about myself, Namasina Zulu, you can find me on social media as well. I've worked full-time, and then 2017, I decided to go full-time in business. And one of the businesses that I went to at that time was in mining and logistics. And there are still few women within that particular space. So I was in that space for many years, assisting people also to get into that particular space. And then after years of being an entrepreneur, facing hurdles and obstacles and failure after failure, then I said, you know what, it's time for me now to educate other people. Then I wrote a book. I've got a book called Idea to Income. It teaches people how to start a business, and it teaches people from starting a business from the idea, coming up with an idea, marketing, taking it to the market, and also there are different business templates like your business plan, business profile, and so forth. So that's the thing. We need to, as we work, we need to uplift each other, teach each other, and educate each other. And also, I've got another book coming a few months from now, maybe March. It's going to assist new graduates to actually be able to find and land their first job. So how to actually find a job, keep a job, and actually be happy with what you are doing. So we move as women. So when it comes to goal setting, as I said, that some people, their wishes and then their goals, we need to know the difference. And when we look at the wishes, we all have made this wish. This year, it's my year. You will see. I've said it so many times. Yeah, well, this year is going to be my year. You will see, it's just my year. Or this year I'll be a millionaire. This year I'm going to lose weight. That has been my song for many years. But those are just wishes, because you're just saying this year, when, how, it's not there. So it's just a wish. So how do we actually set goals? For you to set goals, they need to be SMART. I think we've all seen it, we've learned it at school, SMART. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and they need to be time bound. That means they need to have a clear timeline as to when you're going to achieve that particular goal. If it does not follow these or some of these, then it's not a clear goal, it's a wish. And all of us have wishes. But now we need to turn our wishes into goals for us to actually progress this particular year. So wishes only become goals once they are set properly, as we have seen, follow that method of SMART. And thus we speak of goal setting. So it starts with a wish because it's your desire. I've got a desire to lose weight. I've got a desire to start my own business. I've got a desire to make X amount of money. But now for it to actually move to the next level, now it needs to be a goal. It becomes a goal when it's set properly. And then we can say it's a goal. So these are some of the examples. What are some of the examples for goal setting? So a wish can translate to a goal by me saying, I want to lose weight this year. That's a wish. But then when I say, I want to lose 10 kg of my body weight by 30th of June, 2025, by following a certain eating plan or cutting down maybe on sugar, carbs, and so forth, and I list those things, now it becomes a goal. Because it says exactly what is it that I want to achieve, lose 10 kg, I'm very specific, and I can measure that. And then by when? 30th of June. By doing what? By following a certain eating plan or by cutting down 1 or 2 or 3 things, and I list those things. Then it becomes a goal. Then it's a goal that I can hold myself accountable to say, by March, how much am I moving towards that goal? Come June 30th, have I lost 10 kg? Another goal could be, maybe you want to make 100,000 this year, right? That's a goal. That's a wish. This year I'm going to make 100,000. Just 100,000. It's a wish. you're just shooting through air. You don't even know how you're going to achieve that. But then if I say, I want to make 100,000 by 30th of November, 2025 through maybe saving 10% of my salary or through my business, and you specify which business you want to actually reach your goal with. Maybe you say through my coaching business. Then that's a goal that is reachable. That's a goal that you can actually measure. So goals, they need to be like that. They need to move like that. So there needs to be what, how, and when. So when you're setting your goals, remember we've got this notion of just taking to our vision board, taking and just plugging in photos. This is what I want. This is my dream house, my dream one. But behind it, there's no plan of how you're going to reach those things, how you're going to attain those things. There's no plan. There needs to be a proper plan. So you need to know what you want to achieve, how, and when. What are the benefits of goal setting? Some of the benefits is you have a clear plan for your life. Then it becomes easy to achieve because you know exactly where you're aiming. Then it becomes easy to achieve. It helps you with consistency as well. Since you have a plan, you know what you need to do. You know what you need to follow. And you're able to measure your progress. So normally I myself, you can do it differently, but when I set my goals, I use a 6-category goal setting. Money goals, which I think most of us love, family, spiritual goals, business or career, personal development, and health. So I'll have my goals for money, how much money I want to make. Maybe this year I say, I want to make 1 million by 31st of November 2025. That's a money goal. Family, maybe I want to spend more time with my family. What does it mean spending more time? Then you specify what does it mean. Spiritually, maybe you want to increase the number of times you pray, maybe you want to increase the number of times you read the Bible or whatever. What does it actually mean? So you need to unpack. Business, you want to start a business, but what does it mean and how are you going to start it? You want to find a job, what does it mean and how are you going to find a job? Personal development, maybe there's a skill that you have identified. I want to teach myself how to sell. I want to teach myself how to actually market, or I want to be able to speak to people without fear. So what are you going to do about it? I'm going to read books that speak to this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go out, put myself out there in events and speak to people so that I practice and my skills become sharper. Health, we've spoken about health. You want to lose weight or you just want to be healthy, you need to specify what does it actually mean. So if you look at the money goal, this is how you will set your money goal. You ask yourself how much you want to make, when, and how. Here's an example. This example, guys, is so great. You can use it also to actually develop things that will become businesses. So let's say your goal is to make 100,000 by the 30th of November 2025. So you say, I want to make 100,000 by the end of November. So that means January is already out. You will be planning, you'll be, getting yourself ready. So that means January is out. So you are left with 10 months. So from Feb to November, there is 10 months. So you've got 10 months. Then you take the 10 months, you take 100,000, you divide it by 10 months. And you say, okay, so it means I need to make 10,000 a month. Okay. Okay, so if it's 10,000 a month, it means if I look at a 30-day calendar for 10 months, that will give me, I need to make 333 rands a day. So you see how you chop it down? You need to chop it down. Take the big elephant and then you need to chop it down so that it becomes chewable. Oh, so for me to make 100,000 by end of November, I just need to make 333 rands a day. What can I do? They will make me 300 and let's say 35. to round it off like that. What can I do? What business can I start? Then it becomes easy to actually think of the solution than looking at a bigger number. You can do this with 1 million. You can do this with 5 million. You need to bring it down. If you want to bring it down further, for you to make 10,000 a month, which would translate to 100,000 by 31st of November, that means an hour. If you're working only 8-hour day, it's 41 Rand an hour. So where can I find something maybe that I can sell that can give me 41 Rand an hour? If you want to bring it down as well to minutes, that means you need to do something that gives you 69 cents a minute. Remember, this is doable. Vodacom, MTN, and what's not, they charge us per second. By the time that phone rings and somebody say hello, they start charging you per second. So why can't you and I be able to earn money per second? So changing our mindsets, then we'll be able to look at our goals and make it chewable and down and make it, be able. So then the question then, if you look at a day, for you to make 10,000 a month, whether it's a side hustle, whether it's what, you need to make 333 Rand a day. So now the question is, what can you do? What can I do to make the 333 Rand a day? You can create a product. You see, you're still setting your goals, but you're making them so attainable, so reachable, so measurable, that they become so easy. So it's something that you can be able to wake up and do. So you can create a product. Products could be, we see people, we all want to have good skin products. We love hair. We love, different things. So you can create your own product, or you can find a product that is already made and you can promote it. We see these guys with big businesses. They actually don't make product that they sell. Even when it comes to the phone that you are holding or you are using right now, most of the time it is done somewhere, maybe in China, and then they buy it and they brand it. So you can do that as well. Or you can sell the product that is already made. You don't even need to rebrand it. You take it to the market, you put a markup. Most businesses, that's what they do. Tuck Shop, ShopRite, and so forth, most of those items they don't do. It's other people's items, but then they put a markup on it. So you can also find something that you believe in, find something, a product, then you can take the product. And luckily, we've got people here who are within the product space, and further, we're going to engage them to say how they're actually doing it and how, so that we know. So for myself, when I wrote this book is a product. This book right now, it's going for around 290. So when I sell it to someone, that's 290 coming on my pocket. So if you sell 290 per day times 30 days, that's how much? Well, there's still cost of printing and so forth within the 290, but it is a product that is giving you something. So you can create a product, or you can take a product that already exists, that you believe in it, and take it to the market by putting your markup. And you know that daily you are able to make money. And there are products that you create once, so like a book. In fact, the book secret of writing a book as a product, I learned it from a guy that I follow on YouTube called Myron Golden. He speaks about creating products a lot. And that's going to be my song this year, so that many people are able to create their own product as well. So it becomes a product, and it's not only a product that you sell, but it's a product that opens other doors for you, that gives you that leverage of engaging with other people as well. So you can do that. Or you can sell a service or a skill, maybe coaching. I charge when I coach people. So that's a product on its own. You can create a course, it's a digital product. You can, wherever service that you have, it becomes a product. If you are working full-time, the skills that you have, the skills that you have gained in your workplace, you can package it into a product that you offer into the market. Remember, I don't know what you know. So I must pay you for what you know, and you must also do the same. So that's how business is done. So you can also look at selling your skills through a job. Yes, when you have a job, you are selling your skills. When you're negotiating a salary, you are selling your skills to your boss or to that particular company, or start a business or start a side hustle. So then the 333, then it becomes so easy and attainable when you have a plan. Let's look at the last example. Let's say you want to start a business or career. You want to set your business or career goal. For example, you want to start a beauty business by selling hair for ladies between the age of 22 to 45. So you understand that market. You're also within the bracket age. You understand what they love, what type of hair they want, and so forth. Then you said, okay, you know what? I'm going to sell hair. Whether I'm working full time, I'm still looking for a job and so forth, but I'm going to make that 333 by selling hair. That goal is not complete until you answer the question, the how. Have you identified your suppliers and build a relationship with them so that you are able to negotiate wholesale price so that they're able to give you their services at the lower price? Have you created a social media page for that business, or you have your own which you're going to be using, that you are using right now? In that social media page, how many times a day are you going to be posting about hair? And how many are you planning to sell a day or a week or a month? So then you're able to calculate the estimated cost of how much you're going to be making. So it needs to go to that particular level. So, and then if you want finding a job, let's say you want to find a job by March 2025. Say, I need to find a job. For example, project management, because I've got a qualification, I've got the skills on project management by March 2025. The question is, how? You can set a goal and say, my plan for reaching this goal is, I'm going to spend each day 2 hours or maybe 1 hour to say from 8 to 9 p.m. searching for jobs. So you're just sitting and you're searching for jobs. And then I'm going to register my CV or send out my CV to 2 companies a day. So by the day, you look out for 2 companies and you send out your CV. And then maybe I'm going to improve my CV writing style. Maybe you say, okay, I need to align and improve my CV, improve my cover letter. Call or go to 3 companies a week. It still works. Door to door, company to company, it still works to say, guys, do you have an opening? I've got this particular skill and so forth. It still works. So just imagine if you do that continuously until March, how many your CV you have sent in how many companies? And maybe there's a job for you out there. But if you don't have a goal and you don't know how to reach it, then it's not going to happen. So I think from this short presentation, we've seen that you cannot hit a bullseye without aiming, adjusting, setting an arrow in the right way. Even people that you know do aim, but then if you don't know where you are aiming, you need to know where you're aiming, and you need to know that your arrow, you're directing it exactly where you want it to go. So also goal setting helps you to know where you're aiming and how are you supposed to adjust. By adjusting, it means you need to sacrifice some of the things. We do sacrifices when we are working full-time. By getting up in the morning to sacrifice, spending 8 hours away from your family to sacrifice. Coming home tired, it's a sacrifice. But then when it comes to other things like starting a business, we don't want to sacrifice, we don't want to change anything. There needs to be a sacrifice. And one of those sacrifices would be the time it takes for you to learn that particular business, time it takes for you to do research, and you're going to pay your school fees by failing. And failure should not be feared, because that's how you're going to get better at aiming and shooting your arrow. So once you've done all that, then you can do what people call affirmations. Some people, they just want, I'm going to have my affirmations. But where is the source of your affirmations coming from? They need to derive, your affirmations need to derive from your goal setting. So let's say you set your goal to say you want to make it 100,000 by November, remember? And then you say 10,000 a month. So then your affirmation is going to be when you wake up in the morning, you can look yourself in the mirror or have it. I have my affirmations on the wall. Then you'll be say, I'm happy and I'm grateful that now I'm making 10,000 a month. But you're not just saying that, you have a plan to back it up. So your affirmation are backed up by a plan of the how. I'm happy and grateful that now I'm a project manager in a private company. You haven't yet become a project manager. You are still applying to become, but at least you have a plan. You know that you want to be a project manager and you know how you're going to attain that by pushing and sending out your CVs and not giving up. I'm happy and I'm grateful that now I run a profitable hair business, but now it's backed up, that affirmation, by a plan on how you're going to do it. Behind the scene, you are doing your research, you're finding that supplier, you are what. So there needs to be work behind the scene. So affirmations needs to be filled by a plan at the back. They're just not supposed to be affirmations to make you happy, but there needs to be a plan at the end. There are 3 quotes that I love when it comes to goal setting. Tony Robbins says, setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible to visible. Remember, when you don't have a goal yet, it's a wish is in your head. But then once it becomes a goal and you set it, you put it on paper and you start actioning it, so it becomes visible. It was invisible when it was still just a wish, but then it becomes visible when you start working on it. And L. Nightingale says, people with goals succeed because they know where they are going. So your goals are like your roadmap. They direct you to where you are going. You can't move from Durban to Joburg and you don't even know the way. You put in your GPS, then it becomes your guide. So your goals are like your GPS, they are guiding you. And Denzel Washington says, dreams without goals are just dreams. And ultimately, they'll fuel disappointments. And he goes on to say, on the road to achieving your dreams, you must apply discipline, but most importantly, consistently. Consistency. That's what he says. So that's how we should be setting our goals, ladies. So I have them on the wall. So these are my affirmations. They came from my goals that I had. These were last year's ones, so I need to do new ones that I have. And then you can have, once you have your goals, you know how to actually achieve them. Only then you can do your vision board. Because now your vision board is going to be a glance that you look at and it reminds you of your goals. So this is my vision board. So you've got short-term and long-term in terms of vision board. This is me at the center. I had my money goals, so I wanted to make big money. And I want to own a filling station. That's my dream car, Range Rover Sport. That's the house that I want to live in. Holiday with family. Another house because I want to have multiple properties. In fact, this is the one that reflects the property the most. So investing in property. And then this one reflects me having a boutique or a store. This one reflects a happy family. That's one of my goals, having a happy family. And also in my affirmations, I have it. I am happy and I'm grateful that now I have a happy family, because when family is happy, I am happy. And then I've got this one, a lady speaking amongst people. So that's what I love to do, educate, speak. And I've been very fortunate, you know, that I've spoken in so many platforms, educating people about achieving their goals and how to start their businesses and kick off their career. So I've been very fortunate. And then self-development, read books. I love books. I'm forever surrounded by books. I just love to read because that's where I get knowledge and everything. So it's there. But this must come, and also I want to own a restaurant. At that time, I wanted to own Jimmy Express. I even know how much it costed, their franchise model, and so forth. Because then you need to know and back it up how that is going to happen. This you can only have or do when you have done your goals and unpack them. Then the photos, when you look at them, are going to make sense. They're going to remind you. Then you put these where you can see them daily. You go past them, you see them daily. You see them, even if you don't read them, but you just see them. Your mind notices your dream. Sometimes you have to make, dreams that are ambitious, like the one that I made here. I'm happy and grateful that now I earn 4 million rand a month. I haven't reached this goal, but I want to reach it. I haven't reached this goal, but I want to reach it. And I have a plan how. It's just that sometimes all of us, we fell short of our plans, but I have a plan on how to actually reach that goal. So there is goal setting. So we can start off just writing them roughly. And then since now we don't have, long ago people used to use magazines, they'd be cutting above on, cutting what we don't have. So you can find photos that you can use. But this you do at a later stage. What is important is for you to unpack and know exactly what you want. So you need to have a meeting with yourself to say, what is it that I want? Short term and long term. Some are going to be attainable this year. Some goals are going to be attainable in 5 years' time and so forth. But what is it that I actually want? Then everything's going to start being clear. It's okay, I need to save money as little as I can so I can achieve it. Or maybe I need to start with the lower hanging fruit and we'll assist each other. So if you're thinking of starting a business, you don't know how, you want to kick off your career, you don't know how, on the group, please ask, or separately, please ask. And then if I don't have the answers, then I'll throw it to the ladies that have the answers. And then together we're going to be able to assist each other in that manner. So the homework is now we go and we plan. We put our goals on paper using those 6 categories: spiritual goals, family, money, business or career, and also health. So those 6 categories we're going to use in terms of setting our goals. And then we're going to also add the category of reading books, workshop, and so forth. So we need to be intentional how we're improving ourselves as well. So that's the homework for next week, Thursday. That's the homework for next week, Thursday. And it's a homework that's going to help us. I haven't also done it for this year. So I wanted to start with all the ladies. So we're going to be starting this together next week. So next week, all of us will have maybe 1 minute or 2 just to share high level, not going deeper into our plans, but just the nuggets. What did you find? What did you learn as you were doing your goal, or which one you're most excited about, or which one you need help achieving? Maybe you can just highlight this. I've got my goals, but I think this one I need help achieving. I've got my goals, but I was, this one got me thinking, because I thought I knew A, B, and C, but then now I realize I need to do it differently this year. So then we will learn. So it'll be very engaging next week. There won't be any presentations or what's not. We'll just be engaging as ladies. Thank you so much, guys. Good night. Have a great evening.